Today is also a wisdom exchange session. We should also learn from teacher Liang Yongbing's conversation style with everyone yesterday. Let us ask a few questions. Is that okay? I just like to ask everyone here, if you ever shopped online, please raise your hand. Okay, many people have, but notice Kempo here didn't raise his hand. Should we make up for that? We don't have any more here? Okay. Actually, this leads us into today's topic, which is about how high technology affects lives and the issue of how they influence each other. The relationship between artificial intelligence and the fate of humanity. What is this relationship? We want to focus on artificial intelligence and human happiness. For such a grand topic, we have invited several guests. Let's all give them a warm round of applause. Kempo Sodargye, Master Haidao, Director of Taiwan Live TV, Professor Kenneth Sheldon, noted scholar from the University of Missouri, USA, Dr. Jia Yue Zhu from Google DeepMind, and from Australia, the Cunningham Palliative Care Center, and the professor at Calvary Healthcare, Professor Elizabeth Law. We welcome you all. Kempo Sodargye Master, Professor Kenneth Sheldon, renowned Dr. Jia Yue Zhu, and Professor Law. Welcome, everyone. Since we have so many distinguished guests gathered here today, so let's dive straight into today's topic together, taking a closer. Today's topic is artificial intelligence. I'd also like to ask, we've all witnessed the remarkable match between Lee Sedol, the legendary Go player, and that kind of competition. There are many movies about AI and artificial intelligence, which we often see in our everyday daily lives. But I also like to ask everyone here in this room, if I may, what is AI artificial intelligence in your eyes? Let's start by asking Master Haidao, shall we?
All right, thank you to the host for asking me first. I'm still not quite sure myself, but I think artificial intelligence, or AI as it's often called, might be about trying to create an artificial Buddha's mind to solve all kinds of problems that we humans face, including online shopping, such as, and how to integrate these things together. In my imagination, it's a bit like when we go through airport security, there's that familiar beep, beep, beep sound. If we create artificial intelligence to detect greed, anger, or ignorance, it beeps out and wouldn't get through. Wouldn't that be great? Technological advancement, artificial intelligence, the hope is to make our lives more convenient and efficient. It's like when a Chinese medicine doctor checks our pulse, they can tell what illness you have. If artificial intelligence can check our pulse and immediately know what illness we have, that would be wonderful too. In other words, it could help us detect certain things about ourselves. I'm speaking from a practitioner's perspective. Artificial intelligence provides convenience, daily life. But speaking as a practitioner, we hope that artificial intelligence can help us better understand ourselves, learn about these quick and effective ways in the world today. Right now, of course, in reality, actually creating a genuine and intricate crystallization of the human mind to help us truly attain happiness. That's what artificial intelligence is. However, I believe the key point is motivation. Motivation is compassion. This is something artificial intelligence cannot achieve. It's like putting a mother's tears into a single drop of water. We don't realize that it is filled with love and compassion. I think artificial intelligence is a versatile tool. We must choose to use it with an altruistic motivation, with the aim of helping others. Because AI is similar to smartphones. It can help us, but it can also harm us.
All right, thank you. Just now, I saw Kempo peeking at the audience. Actually, he was, in fact, giving me a hint to say that he wants to speak now. Let's listen to Kempo's teaching. Let's see what artificial intelligence looks like in his eyes.
In my eyes, artificial intelligence, actually this is also something that can be considered quite significant, even though it might not seem that way at first glance. I am still very, very concerned about this issue, and I continue to, because now, at this moment, everyone here probably has a smartphone in their hands these days, right? I mean, in this day and age, Who doesn't? Let me see. Okay, those of you who do have a smartphone with you, please raise your hand. So now that humanity has reached the 21st century, if we wanted to go back, we simply couldn't do that anymore. We won't be able to go back to the past. Each of us is, everyday lives living under the ever-present rule of machines and entirely under the complete, constant, and unwavering control of machines. As a monk, actually regarding a lot of knowledge about artificial intelligence and many issues that humanity is facing, I am indeed naturally very concerned as well. I don't know why. On this topic, I think that personally speaking, on the last day, I should probably give a short lecture. In that lecture, I will then share with you my more elaborate views.
All right, thank you. Thank you to Kempo for keeping us in suspense. Sitting across from me is Professor Lob, who should in fact be attending and participating in the World Youth Forum for the third time now. Many students were impressed by her speech and lectures. They left a strong impression. So let's invite Professor Lob to share with us what AI looks like in your eyes.
Thank you. For me, I see AI as a system of technologies that is available to assist and support humankind, but it is not a replacement. Every new technology creates opportunities. For example, if we look at the Industrial Revolution, many agricultural jobs were lost, but many new jobs were created in manufacturing. Robotics and smart technologies are increasingly able to perform high-level, cognitively complex tasks, thus giving them a clear role in medicine. And in fact, AI has had this role in medicine since really the early 1970s.
Professor Cannon facing me. He is from the United States. He also comes from what is now, by many experts, the global core birthplace of AI. Please share with us what AI looks like in your eyes. Thank you.
I would be happy to. Before we can talk about what artificial intelligence is, I think we need to know what intelligence is. This is a very old question in psychology. It goes back to the 19th century. There are many different definitions and ways to measure intelligence. Some theories focus on multiple intelligences, like musical intelligence, mathematical, social intelligence. But what I believe is most important is creative intelligence, which I define as the ability to perceive what is happening, to understand the situation, to see what needs to be done, to ask a question, to pose a problem that needs to be solved. When I did my dissertation research back in the early 1990s, I studied creativity. And there are many theories of creativity, but an important theory says that the ability to pose a problem, to ask the right question, is critical for creativity, to see what is missing and what is needed. In talking to Dr. Chu briefly earlier, I got the impression that artificial intelligence, AI, cannot yet do this. It cannot ask the questions. All it can do is do what it has been programmed to do already. And until it can do this, until the computer can ask the questions, I would not call it intelligence. I would call it computer programming, not actual intelligence.
All right, thank you, Professor Cannon. Just now, we listened to two figures who are a psychology expert and a medical expert talking about the AI in their eyes. But actually, none of them are professionals in this field. Beside me is Dr. Zhu Jiayue. He actually comes from Google. You've been holding back for a while now, haven't you? I see you have a lot of notes. He's going to share with everyone the story of AlphaGo, because he's the one who named AlphaGo.
Firstly, I'm very grateful for this opportunity to share my insights in such a solemn setting. But before I begin, I must just quickly make a disclaimer. The following statements represent my personal views only. They don't represent the views of Google or DeepMind. Let me start by telling everyone the story of AlphaGo. That might make things more interesting for everyone. Actually, I myself am not a member of the AlphaGo team. But if you watched the AlphaGo matches, there was a human being, AlphaGo's human mechanical arm, the human hand. The person who helped AlphaGo, Aja, is my friend and professional colleague who I have known for many years. AlphaGo wasn't always known as AlphaGo. In fact, it used to be called Jigo. One day, while chatting, I told him, Jigo sounds like chicken dog in Chinese. Doesn't sound good. He also admitted that the name didn't sound very auspicious. So Aja asked me, why don't you come up with a name for me instead? So I said, all right, give me a few days to think about it. I asked him, what kind of overall feeling or impression do you want this name to convey? And he said he wanted the name to genuinely represent the strongest Go player in the world, without question. So after thinking about it for a while, usually in a typical Marine Corps unit, the strongest and most elite team is called the Alpha team. In Wolfpack, the leader of the wolves, usually we call it Alpha Meow. I suggested to him, why don't we just simply call it AlphaGo? We were also very democratic internally. They held an internal vote today to decide whether to use Gigo or AlphaGo. Most people thought AlphaGo sounded better than Gigo. So we ended up adopting the name AlphaGo. But let's get back to our main topic. I'd like to give everyone a general introduction to what AI is. What exactly is artificial intelligence AI? Many people, after watching movies, quite often have an understanding of AI that is different from what we actually do in scientific research or from the real definition of AI in industry. In this context, intelligence refers to the ability to solve a problem, which is to find an effective solution using reasoning and knowledge. And this problem, of course, must be very clearly defined. A so-called clearly defined problem refers to a result or outcome that can be measured, quantified, or assessed in some way or another. For example, in a game of Go, winning and losing can be measured as a clear outcome. Image recognition can also be clearly measured as correct or incorrect by marking them as such. Autonomous driving systems can also be clearly measured, such as whether a car traveled from point A to B, the car was not damaged, or violates some traffic regulation.
Sorry for interrupting. In simple words, can we say that only things which can be calculated can make use of artificial intelligence? If it's hard to quantify, for example, if we want to paint or do calligraphy, like Kempo, whose handwriting is very good, that would probably be very difficult, right?
That depends on how you define it. What does it mean to write a character? Many systems that can produce handwriting just like a real humans, for example, brush calligraphy system. But of course, first of all, a system itself cannot judge what is beautiful. Because AI has absolutely no sense of discernment, it is simply just a tool. It is people who have discernment.